Hey everybody, it's Sherpa Rage. Today I'm going to be finally getting around to doing the build breakdown for Limbo. Limbo is the most recent Warframe. He is a kind of a support, sort of spellcaster, kind of in a sense. He's a very different level of play, and I understand that a lot of people have, as soon as he came out and everything, and they realized like what he was, and tried playing him in a couple missions, they're like, he doesn't mesh with the team so well. And I disagree on a certain kind of level with that. Like I agree he's not the best, but I like him in the sense that he brings a new level of play. So it's if you play good as a if you play you can play him well with the team, I should say. People say he can't, but you can play him very well. He's more of a Loki type in my mind, that he's a sort of a manipulator of the battlefield and a sort of a general, if you will, because Loki always feels like that kind of. He manipulates, he gets groups, he removes weapons, kind of. He's fast, so he's in there, he's teleporting in, he's dropping his decoy, he's disarming everybody, he's running around invisible, sort of just causing all sorts of mayhem and trying to control the battlefield and thinning it out in a sense for the team. So he's working for the team in sort of almost like a solo sense, in my mind, in some areas. So for Limbo, it's going to be a little bit different, though, since your abilities. So you have Banish, Rift Walk, Rift Surge, and Cataclysm. Banish, basically, you target either an enemy or an ally on your team. If you send an enemy, it does damage to them. Basically, while they're in that rift plane. If you send an ally, your ally can't basically be damaged except for other enemies that are in the rift plane. Rift Walk actually puts you in the rift plane, so you can use Banish to take like an enemy there, and then you can Rift Walk in there and basically solo a hard level enemy, which is really good, because then you're kind of like, all right, I'm picking off the heavy gunners, or I'm picking off these infested ancients that can drain my team's energy or whatnot. Rift Surge, basically you kind of surge the void energy through the rift plane, increasing the damage inflicted there. The enemies have been banished there. So basically, everybody if you banish a crap ton of people and you've got like 20 dudes and you just Rift Surge, everybody that's in the rift damage, or sorry, in the rift plane is just going to take, increased damage basically, which is going to be really, really nice. So that's pretty good to use them in succession there. Cataclysm literally just creates a giant like dome that slowly shrinks and deals a lethal blast, like an explode. So basically, it's pretty intense. It's kind of in the similar sense of Frost Snow Globe, except you can enter it and exit it, and kind of shift between the worlds there, which is pretty nice. So it's really great for infested, though, doing like defense missions, things like that. So I'll jump in here and show you the build that I have going on right now. I am going through and going to reforma and kind of rebuild all the Warframes now that they've changed it to where the abilities are no longer here, and we have the slots a little bit differently. So since that's happened, I've got to go through and I've got to form a lot of the Warframes and to put the builds I'm looking at and everything on there. So yeah. Right now, for him, we've got continuity with, and we also have intensify, of course, in his 2V polarities there. So we do have, continuity for power duration there, which is nice. We have intensify for power strength. We have rage, which will convert damage on health to energy, which is pretty good because he does have a decent amount of health with a max vitality on. He's got 740. I didn't bother really throwing vigor on like I normally do. I know some people always ask, like, why do you put vigor, vitality, and redirection on? I like to max that out on some things, especially like my tank frames, like Saren and Rhino. They get vitality, redirection, vigor, as well as steel fiber. They usually get like things like that. So, but with Limbo, he's pretty castery, energy siphon, so you got to have that on him, which is nice. He does have that bar polarity right off the bat. So yeah, we have rage there. Stretch for range, so the continuity kind of want to get that stretch and that duration on. That'll be good for his ultimate and kind of some of his other abilities. Flow, that's pretty much a general must-have for any caster frame. Yeah, max that power, or raise your power max up. Streamline for energy efficiency. honestly, I was thinking about probably throwing a bar polarity on and throwing fleeting expertise on. It would drop down the duration, but with the higher, the double the efficiency that Streamline gives you there, would be just okay. And then I mean, if I wanted, I could leave continuity on, and it would leave it at 30%, which is it's not terrible. So. Of course, you know, you could always look at like narrow-minded if you're really worried about duration, but that's one of those ones that it's like considering how Limbo's playstyle is, you can't quite build them as to just make your abilities last a long time type deal, because if you do, you know, hit your ally and send them into the Rift Walk and they're there for like 50 seconds, you know, that 50 seconds is a long time for them to not be able to damage enemies and stuff. And if you take out like if you take out your DPS in your team or like your tank on your team or something like that, and basically you can have everybody die on your team within 50 seconds if you screw it up. So you do have to be careful with using his abilities. And then of course redirection, shield capacity, vitality, health. So pretty standard build on him. Armor 65, health 740, power 450, which is great. I love that on a caster. Anything above 450 and up is great. Shield 555, so alright on the shield. Stamina's 100, you know, pretty standard. So I'll go ahead and jump in and show you guys the build for him and kind of talk about it a little bit more. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm going to just jump in here on Zini like I normally do the standard kind of 5-wave rotation just to show you. Defense missions, honestly, are probably one of the best to do with him in my opinion, because you have that, your ultimate's really nice little bubble there. So, jump right in here and I can show you. A nice thing to do also, too, in my opinion, is send your Kubro to the rift so the rift plane, and then as you slowly send enemies more and more in there, and then you can pair him up with your 3 kind of deal. So, let's see. And then you just 3. Let's do this, and then I can run around. The problem for the one, honestly, in my opinion, is can't quite get out of it like you want. Oh, sorry, I was thinking of the the two you hit. I was hitting the wrong one there. Yeah, the 2 you can hit to pull yourself back out, which is really nice. God, that's actually a really cool stance. My mustache is freaking out there. If you can slightly see it, it's a little weird. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and drop my ult. Yeah, that's just. And then if you pair that, oh yeah, you can pair that with your 3. I always forget that for some reason. It's a great damage dealer right there. Just 4 and his 3. So you can see though how this might be like a little bit more difficult to do with actual team and like trying to, you know, make sure that, oh look, people actually joining. This is gonna be fun. I should really just start doing this in private mode, because people will be like, why the fuck are you going to wave 5? What are you, a fucking newbie? Oh look, it exploded right at the end of the wave. Perfect. Beautiful. And this guy's gonna get in and be like, what the hell? Gorgon Wraith. So much fun. Couple form on this guy, some status chance. You gotta have fun with that's the key, you know. You gotta have fun with all the different guns. You can't just be like, Soma Prime, Rhino, IOP. No, that's not fun. That's just like I have big penis. That's not even like, oh, I know how to use it. That's just, oh, I have big penis. That's I'm sorry, but that's pretty much my stance on that. It's like, it's fine. Everyone should have it. Everyone should play it. I agree. It's definitely top tier stuff, but at the same time, I think it's really important for people to remember that there's so many more things, so many other guns, so many other weapons in general in this game. And it's just like, 10 seconds still left. What do we got? Necros? Oh, Necros. Necros has great... it's pretty good synergy, I think, with Limbo, in my opinion. Yeah, him actually... Necros and Oberon are, like, honestly some of the best... got some of the best team synergy, in my opinion. Honestly, his ult is kind of his best, like, thing, because you can just really cast it every so often. I mean, look at how much energy I'm slowly gaining. Well, not slowly gaining. I'm gaining energy pretty rapidly just running around in here, not even really trying to do that much. It's beautiful. Yeah, you get dead. Great. Can't pick up my own health orbs. Well, you'll get him here in a second. In 5 seconds, actually. Yeah, see, now you see sort of some of the problems I was talking about with that and everything. Alright. So, yeah, it's Limbo's, you know, he's different. He doesn't quite give, you know, the level of play that everyone else is expecting. I don't think that's necessarily needed though for him. So, that's one of the nice things about him is he's a new level of play. He adds a different, you know, layer to the style of Warframe, and I think he's a great addition. I really do. I personally don't have as many problems with him as everyone says that they do. He's not. I don't think he's like a top tier, but he's fun to play, and he's different. He's new. I mean, that's the thing is, eventually they will run out of ideas, but right now I'm very excited with all the changes that they've done and all the things they've added. So, thank you guys for viewing, and I'll be making more videos soon.